Hi guys, today we're gonna make a kind of different vlog like you are used with cars and hanging around doing funny stuff. I have posted on Instagram in my stories that you should ask questions where me on my side I will answer these ones on YouTube here in my vlog, and there we go. There were like 700 altogether. I will not be able to answer all of them, but I will make sure I will answer a few, like 15. And I also ask you if you have further questions, interesting questions about me, my person, my occupation, my business and everything. Please feel free to comment and ask me if they are interesting enough, or if they get a lot of likes. I will be happy to answer also those ones.
Okay, so first question, how old are you?
Guys, I'm 38 years old. I'm born in October 14, 1981. And I just turned 38. I'm not a kiddo. I'm not like 20 or 25 like people suggest or suppose. I'm very happy when people estimate my age younger than 30. That gives me the confidence that I did things right about gym, about food, nutrition, because I try to stay vital, to stay fit, and I try to exercise almost every day, at least 5 times a week, and also try to eat healthy things and just try to stay in shape and also be like vital.
Can you speak another language besides English?
Well, yeah, I do. The fact that I lived in Austria for 30 years, almost 30 years, helped me a lot to learn German. Basically, my main language and the language that I speak best is German. And the fact that I'm born in Romania, yes, guys, I am Romanian. I'm born in Romania. I speak Romanian as well, almost as good as German, and of course English. You can hear it. I struggle to improve my English. That's why I always try to spend more time in the United States to improve my English, to improve my skills in talking. And I studied in Austria, and during the study I learned also French. I had it also in high school. I speak also fluent French. That means altogether 4 languages. I would love to speak Spanish as well. I understand a couple of things, but I struggle with vocabulary, so I will not be able to say that I speak Spanish, but I understand.
In what city in Romania you were born?
I'm born in Brașov. This is also called in German
Kronstadt.
Kronstadt, exactly. Kronstadt in Romania. I was born there, lived there a couple of years, but I didn't go to school in Romania. I moved with my parents in 1989 to Austria, and like I said before, I spent there like almost 30 years of my life, and then decided to move back to my country for many reasons. I will not disclose this right now. Maybe later in another vlog I can tell you more about me, my person, and my history, but right now we're gonna focus on the questions that you guys asked on Instagram.
How did you discover your passion for cars?
Well, I basically just bumped into that. It was not the plan to get into car business or car part business. I just bought my first BMW at the age of 26, and my first thought about the car was that I needed some wheels. That was the only thing. I never wanted to lower my cars. For me, lowering cars was something like I would never do, because it fucks up the car. I didn't know too much about modifying, about this business, about cars in general, but I just wanted to have nice wheels on a beautiful BMW that I owned this time, and I bumped into it because I bought the wheels. The car looked good, but the mud bug got me, so I said, okay guys, I need because my car at this time, it was a 320 diesel, a coupe, had no M package, and a BMW 3 Series without M package doesn't look really too serious. So after I got the wheels, I said, oh, I could do something more to the car. It would look better with the M package. So I started searching all over the internet what is about, where do I get it, because I didn't want to get it full price at the BMW dealership. So I got the bumper in, I don't know, eBay, whatever. The mod bug got me. I started modifying my car, and the more I did it, the more I liked it. And this is how basically my passion for cars started. And yeah, it got me to this point right here. It was my first car, the BMW. Now I have a couple of cars, and my passion for modding for cars is just growing. I don't think that I'm gonna stop here. It's a lifestyle, and I really love what I do. And yeah, that's how everything began a couple of years ago, and it was not planned.
What camera do you use for taking photos and videos of your car?
I have plenty of cameras, but my main camera, or the one that I like the most, which I use the most, is the Sony Alpha 7R4. It's the brand new model of Sony. I just bought it after they stole my camera in London. They broke into the M4, stole the camera, and then I decided to go for this one because I had a friend, Markovsky. Greetings to you at this point. He got the camera from Sony as a trial to just give it to him after he vlogged that he's not happy with Sony. They saw the vlog, sent it the camera, I tested it, fell in love, and I got it myself. Usually I take pictures with this one. I have also a Sony S7 II, which my guys use for filming, and sometimes when I don't have the camera around me, I use just the iPhone 11. It's perfect for pictures. The quality is amazing, and it's a good replacement for a DSLR for sure.
How and why did you choose this lifestyle on Instagram?
Wow, good question. Why did I choose this lifestyle? Should I be honest? If I'm honest, I basically wanted to promote my business, because selling stuff, selling wheels, whatever you want to sell on the internet nowadays, everything is packed. Everybody wants to sell you something, and I just wanted to show people that it's not just about making money or selling wheels. It's about the lifestyle, about the passion you put into your product, your company, and not just the purpose of making money, but living the automotive lifestyle, the supercar lifestyle, and not just for those people who have money, are born rich, but to grow into it, to work for it, to motivate yourself to become a part of the business, of the scene, of the tuning scene here in Europe, and hopefully also in the United States, if we're gonna make it to bring our wheels here.
How many years did you wait for the hard work to start paying off?
Well, usually when you start a business, it's not a rule. You can also be lucky and it's profitable from the first moment or from the first year. But usually if you invest in a consistent business, it takes about like 5 years of work and dedication until you start getting back what you invested.
How many cars do you have right now?
Right now I have 5 cars. I can say, what about yours? 6 with your car. We have six cars. We have 2 BMWs, M5, M8. We have 2 Mercedes, the GLE Coupe and the GTR, as well as the A5 that drives Noemi for her daily business to the university, and the Lambo. I almost forgot about the Lambo. Yeah, and the Lambo, and yeah, 5 cars.
There's this question that everybody asks: why don't you consider buying an Audi?
Oh, tough question. Yeah, there's a story behind my experience with Audi, because I had an R8. It's a couple of years ago when I moved back to Romania, like 7 years ago. I owned a R8, which was one of the first models, not the newer ones, which remind me or which are very similar to the Lambo. It was the first model of R8 with the R-Tronic, a very shitty gearbox. So I went to the dealership and I felt that something was wrong with the transmission. I told them, guys, please, when you service the car, take also a quick look at the transmission, because I feel there's something wrong. They said, okay, no problem, we're gonna take care of that. A couple of days later, like 2 days, I called in order to remind them to take a look at the car. They were very pissed why I'm calling and reminding them, because they know anyway what they have to do. I said, okay, fine, no problem. I just wanted to make sure that you guys also take care of the issue, because I will drive like 1,000 kilometers with the car and I don't want to be stuck somewhere on the road. However, the day came when I had to pick up the car from the dealership. It was on Monday, and picked it up, asked the guy, did you take a look at the transmission? They said, no, why should we? And I said, yeah, well, you should, because I I was asking for it, I was requesting this, and I also called for it, but it didn't. So he just checked it on location quick. He said everything's right, and yeah, I told him, dude, look, I gotta do like 1,000 kilometers. If something goes wrong, I'm really pissed. And he assured me that everything's fine. What happened? I took the car, I drove from Vienna direction Romania, and on the way close to Budapest, the car went into neutral gear. Nothing happened, nothing changed. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck there for like 10 hours until they towed me back to Vienna. But anyway, bad experience. I'm not a fan of Audi anymore. That's why I try to avoid it.
How do you manage your business and your work trips?
I have a good team, which is very well settled back home. Our company has, after so many years, developed a own dynamic. They don't need basically me for the daily routine. They can handle themselves. If there is any question, if they need me, I have a phone. They can reach me on Instagram, they can reach me on Facebook or on WhatsApp, and this is how we communicate. Wherever I am, I make sure that I have internet, and so I can handle every situation if there is one. And the guys back home need me, I'm always there. And for sure, what I do not post on Instagram or on social media is my daily work. I wake up usually very early. I try to do my stuff on the laptop, what I have to do, and then we are heading out doing our things. When I come back to the hotel, I do again my work and never neglect it. Try to keep everything up to date. There's no any single email that comes in that I don't read or that I'm not aware about, or every single problem that comes in. So I always try to keep up and like make the day longer, try to work longer in order to have more time. That's basically it. Time management, and motivate yourself to do what you proposed yourself from the first time. Going back in your mind, why did you start it? Try to keep up, never stop posting, never stop taking care of your business or your clients. Most important thing, service is number one.
What do you like the most in Miami?
Definitely the weather. That's why we try to escape from the cold winter back home. Try to spend a couple of weeks per year here, because I'm not at all the cold weather kind of guy. I mean, I love a lot snowboarding and I love snow, but since in Europe, in the cities, there's no snow, I try to spend my cold part of the year here, because it is really awesome. This is what I like most, the weather. Yeah, of course the people, but weather first.
What's the best sounding engine you ever heard?
I don't know what's the best sounding engine, but I know which one is the more distinctive one, and
The Aventador.
for sure the V12 of the Aventador. Whenever I hear this car, I don't even need to see it, you know exactly this sound is so distinctive. It's the sound of the Aventador, of the V12. There was the question if I like more the Aventador or the Hurricane. I own the Hurricane, and since I own this car, you can imagine that I like it more than the Aventador. If I would love the Aventador, I would probably have one. But I think for me the Hurricane is the better car from every single perspective, from every single point of view. You can drive it easily as a daily car, and it will never let you down. I drove mine like 50,000 kilometers right now after 3.5 years, and I had not ever one single issue with the car. And that's why I'm really in love with this one, and I would prefer it all the way before I would buy a Aventador.
How it feels to be in a Regera?
That's a good question. I have no idea how it really feels, because if you want to feel a car and to know how the car performs, you need to really to drive it. Not necessarily to drive it yourself, but at least to drive it fast. What happened? I arrived at Cars and Coffee. I decided to take the ride with Karina to go to the next location. It was the McLaren factory. What happened? We pulled over to refuel the car. What happened next? The car simply shut down. It didn't want to start at all. It shut down. It stayed there. The whole Cars and Coffee UK was for me basically waiting in this gas station for the guys from Koenigsegg to tow the car. And yeah, I can't tell you because we didn't drive it. Unfortunately.
Were you born in a rich family, or you started everything by scratch?
Yeah, this is also one question that I get asked a lot. I'm actually not born in a rich family. What happened? 1990 when the former dictator was killed. My family moved to Austria. They decided to move to Austria in order to create a better life, for a better life. They were not rich. What they took with them was one big bag, which was filled with another smaller bag, and this is where everything started. My parents started from scratch. We started everything from scratch, a new life in Austria. I have to admit it was difficult and easy at the same time, because we had a lot of help from very nice people at this time, helped my parents to get back on feet, to get back where they were previously. My parents were both academics, they studied both, and they struggled a lot to get back into their professions. First they started with normal day jobs, getting paid per day, and after a couple of years they managed to get back into their own profession they had in Romania. And yeah, this is how it all started. We were not rich, unfortunately. I wish so. There are many people who say my father is a politician, he's a rich guy, we are born rich, I'm a wealthy guy that doesn't need to struggle. It's not like that. However, you just need to know that I wouldn't mind that to be like that. I have a lot of friends which are born rich and I think they are lucky. Congratulations on that. Awesome. But I was not that fortunate and I had to build everything from scratch and my own. Of course, with the help of my family. They helped me a lot with everything they could. I have the best parents in the world. I love them very much. We have a perfect family. Also my brother. But rich? No. Unfortunately not.
There are also some questions in German. Maybe you want to read this one yourself.
Welche Fahrzeuge hättest du noch gern? Du bist einfach die beste Inspiration. Wow, das sind sehr, sehr viele Autos, die ich gern hätte. Und ich glaube nicht, dass sich das lohnen würde, diese ganzen Autos zu besitzen. Aber da gibt es einige, die bei mir an höchster Stelle stehen. Ich weiß nicht, ob da Hypercars oder nur normale Fahrzeuge inbegriffen sind. Aber ich meine, jeder von uns träumt irgendwie von einem Hypercar, von einem Pagani, von einem Koenigsegg oder von einem Sian oder wie auch immer die ganzen Autos heißen, die für mich inbegriffen unerschwinglich sind. Aber was erschwinglich wäre, was ich mir vorstellen könnte, was ich mir wünschen würde, wäre auf jeden Fall ein Urus. Der Urus hat mir schon immer gefallen. Schon damals, wie er vorgestellt worden ist, habe ich damit geliebäugelt, es mir zu kaufen. Nur hat es für mich keinen Sinn gemacht, einen SUV zu kaufen, weil ich den X5M hatte damals und ich wollte einfach ein bisschen ausprobieren. Darum bin ich eher für den M5 gewesen, was eigentlich eine gute Entscheidung war und ich bisher nicht bereue. Aber der Urus ist auf jeden Fall die erste Option. Mein absolutes Traumauto hingegen, wenn ich sage, okay, das ist nicht erschwinglich, ich weiß nicht, wie ich da hinkommen könnte finanziell, wäre auf jeden Fall der LaFerrari. Das ist für mich so das Über-Hypercar, was ich gern besitzen würde und ich mir leider nicht leisten kann. Aber wäre richtig geil, so ein LaFerrari. Ich würde ihn richtig fahren. Ich würde damit genau das machen, was ich mit meinen anderen Autos auch mache. Richtig fahren, ausfahren, schauen, was man damit machen kann und durch die Gegend jagen. Egal wo, überall. Wie bist du auf Z-Performance gekommen? Wie schwer war es in der Szene, sich zu beweisen? Oh, das ist eine gute Frage. Auf Deutsch wieder. Also ich habe diese Frage extra ausgesucht, weil ich den zweiten Teil ganz interessant gefunden habe, nämlich mit sich in der Szene beweisen. Auf Z-Performance bin ich halt gekommen. Das ist auch eine ganz, ganz lange Geschichte, die will ich hier gar nicht erzählen. Das werde ich in einem anderen Blog machen, wo ich dann ganz viel näher auf diese Geschichte eingehen werde, wie Z-Performance entstanden ist, wie ich auf die Idee gekommen bin und wie ich das aufgebaut habe. Das werde ich euch gerne sagen, aber nicht hier an dieser Stelle. An dieser Stelle will ich euch nur sagen, dass man sich in der Szene nicht beweisen muss. Also ich muss niemandem etwas beweisen. Es interessiert mich auch nicht, was die Szene über mich denkt. Meine Idee war immer, etwas Neues zu erschaffen, etwas zu kreieren, was nicht da war. Wie ich halt angefangen habe mit den Felgen, hat es einfach nichts gegeben in diese Richtung, konkav, designmäßig, wie halt in Amerika. Es hat in Amerika sehr geile Designs gegeben als Mehrteiler, die unerschwinglich waren, aber ohne Teilegutachten, sodass man diese bei uns oder bei euch in Deutschland gar nicht fahren kann. Und ich wollte einfach etwas erschaffen, was sich jedermann leisten kann, was jeder auch legal fahren kann. und auch geil aussieht, weil Barracuda Voltec T6, das war so das Rad schlechthin zu meiner Zeit, wo ich angefangen habe, bevor Barracuda halt irgendwie so vom Markt verschwunden ist. Und ich habe mir gedacht, hey, die Szene verdient einfach mehr, einfach geilere Designs, was rockt, was richtig ballert, weißt du. Und das war so der Beweggrund, warum ich das gemacht habe. Und beweisen, ich muss mich gar nicht beweisen, ich habe einfach das gemacht. Wenn jemand das gut findet, wenn er die Designs mag, wenn er das Preis-Leistungs-Verhältnis gut findet, kann er gern kaufen. Wenn er sich mit unserer Marke nicht identifizieren kann, mit unserem Lifestyle oder die Designs nicht mag oder sie einfach zu teuer findet, ist er nicht gezwungen zu kaufen. Das ist alles im Prinzip, was ich dazu zu sagen habe. Den Rest halt in einem anderen Vlog.
And the last question.
Last question. Wie bist du auf die Idee gekommen, eine eigene Felgenfirma aufzubauen? Wie bist du auf die Idee gekommen? Wie gesagt, das ist im Prinzip genau dieselbe Frage, auf die ich in einem anderen Vlog spezifisch auf das, also mir geht es speziell darum, dass ihr solche Art Vlogs mögt und das sehen wollt, weil wenn ich jetzt, keine Ahnung, 20, 30 Minuten dahin rede und es schaut sich kein Mensch an, macht auch keinen Sinn. Also sag mir bitte, genau, das wollte ich euch noch fragen, but I will do this in English. So I switch back to English from German. Sorry guys for those who do not speak German. Please be so kind. Just let me know in the comments what kind of vlogs you want to see, what content do you want to see. Do you want to see more the lifestyle with cars, or do you want to see more like the motivational stuff? Just let me know, whatever it is. The more input I get, the better content I can do so you like it and don't need to watch things that you maybe don't want to see at all. Yeah, that was the last question, and I hope you guys have a better insight now into what I do, into my life, and maybe you are more familiar with the things you didn't know so far. And yeah, I hope you like it. Wish you a wonderful day. We are having here the best weather and having a nice time. Hope you guys enjoy yourself as well. Thank you for watching the vlog, and see you in the next one. Bye.